Blimey. Down here, aren't we?
Yeah, but
Huh?
does it go up on it too?
I don't know. They have this low. How you doing? So anyway, they have this down low specifically. Do they? Is that?
It's
Well, stand up. You won't see me over the barrier.
okay.
Right, there you go.
It was obviously last week at Man City, it was a pause at least for 40 minutes. You quit yourselves well. You just didn't really give yourself a chance conceding so early.
No, but I thought we acquitted ourselves in the periods in between the early goal in the first half and the early goal in the second half reasonably well. Or rather, the early goal in the first half to the second one, and then the third to the fourth. I thought there were similarities there in the two games of the way we acquitted ourselves. But it doesn't help, does it? You know, when you're losing and you're that short of players as we are at the moment, you know, the quality players that could maybe help us out going forward offensively are not there. So you're asking a lot of the players who you've put on the field to really test their defence, and you're doing it from 0-1 and then 0-2 down. So you find yourself then asking questions of their character and resilience. And I think personally, in that respect, I don't want to criticise them in any way. I think we took a few blows to the chin. You know, we lost Scott Dan yesterday, so Damien Delaney has to get drafted in because Tompkins is sick. We're playing a left winger from Wolves up front, a position he's never played before in his life, because that's the centre forward we've got. Loftus-Cheek is injured. The young boy Tim Fosu-Mensah, I thought he did quite well at Man City. Of course, he can't play. So, you know, you add all these things together. Wilf Zaha and Pape Suaré are still missing. So at the moment, I fear that we just have to accept that we are the boxer who's fighting in a weight class that he's not able to perhaps handle at this moment in time when you play Man City and Man United, and you're going to take the blows to the chin and get knocked down. But I don't think we stayed on the canvas. I thought we tried to get ourselves up off there as best we could.
Is it a case of getting through these games and then starting your job again? It's difficult.
To some extent it is, but funnily enough, I think that the lessons we're learning in these games and the way the players are, in my opinion, attempting to respond to the work and the messages, that could stand us in very, very good stead, because we're not going to have 38 games against Man City and Man United, you know, and at the moment these teams are actually getting good results and winning heavily against almost everyone they play against. So I think if we can stop the players doubting themselves too much and keeping them relatively positive and looking forward to the matches ahead, who knows, you might find that at the end of the season we'll look back on this terrible spell that we've been in and say, well, actually that was something which helped build the team and build the character that we're looking for to help us stay in the league.
Roy, you mentioned Sacco up front. He's a novice, obviously. Do you think, having watched him today, he's the answer for the next few weeks? Because obviously you've got to do something with Benteke injured. Is he going to be a solution, do you think?
Well, quite frankly, we don't have many. I mean, you know, you saw the young boy come on, the lad from Margate. I mean, it's his first Premiership game. He was signed from a non-league team a couple of years ago now, I think. So he's never even had a sniff of first-team football in that time. Came on for 15 minutes, but that's really my choice at the moment, or else it's back to the 4-6-0 type system where you don't play with any recognised centre forward and you use one of your midfield players. That's the situation we find ourselves in. I'm not crying about it. I'm not complaining about it. I knew when I took the job that the centre forward position was going to be a problem because we had the misfortune not to get the signing we wanted through at the last minute of the transfer window. So it's something we've got to learn to live with. And maybe Zaha, you know, who is a quality player, if he comes back fit, that might give us a bit more potency up front alongside Andros Townsend. And I thought there were times in the game today, and I mean, I don't know how you guys see the game. One sees the game one-eyed, you know. I'm not looking much at United. All I'm doing is watching Palace. But I thought there were certain periods in the game where our passing wasn't that bad and our composure on the ball was reasonable. But of course, we didn't have that threat in the final third. That was the problem. And of course, we're playing against a team who's got enormous threat in the final third, especially with, you know, the the strength of Fellaini and Lukaku, and the enormous skills of the Rashfords and the Martials and the Mattas and the Mkhitaryan. So we're not just playing against a team in our league. I didn't think today, quite frankly, we knew a team that was possibly out of our league, and all we could do was give it our best shot. And I can only hope that it was at least some sort of game for you guys to watch, and you didn't think that it was a complete waste of time seeing us here as opponents.
Roy, just in terms of playing United, obviously there's technical quality and everything, but it's one of the things that makes them very difficult to play is the sheer physical size of them.
Yeah.
That you cannot bully
Yeah.
them, really.
Well, I mean, the thing is, the type of work that Jose does with the team is the type of work that we'd hope one day we'll be able to do with ours as well. But you need players who are prepared to work hard and show great energy and run back, and they were very, very quick to get behind the ball when they lost it, and that's something we're preaching, of course, and trying to work on. And there were moments, I thought, in the game where we could do that, but of course we can't push up as high up the field as they can with their back four, because, you know, the pace of the United front players means that you couldn't give them as much space behind as you would need if you were going to put the type of pressure on the ball that they can put on the ball. But at least I thought there were signs that we also tried to get back behind the ball, and when we didn't, on a couple of occasions, they made us pay for it with 2 of the goals.
Do you think Fellaini has been unfairly maligned over the years?
Well, I've always thought he was a good player. I thought he was a good player for David Moyes at Everton. I thought he was an excellent signing and a really good player there. And I know Jose thinks very highly of him, so I don't know who maligns him. I mean, certainly Moyes doesn't malign him, and Mourinho doesn't malign him. So possibly that's maybe he's quite happy as long as people like Moyes and Mourinho are saying we think you're a great player. Maybe that's enough for him.
Okay. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.